Okay, well, are we set up then? Alright, welcome everyone. This is the final showcase for this tournament. Nomad 1 star rating is 7.7, so the maps are gonna get a little goofy, a little wild. And then also, starting this stage, we will have a Nomad 6, which will be like a second gimmick map, but the rest will stay the same.
Yep. So we have some stiff competition left in this tournament, and the map pools are only going to get. They're already getting pretty difficult, and I think these pools are definitely going to be putting teams and players to their limits, I think.
Yeah, already. And it's not even grand yet.
Yeah. So I think with that, let's get to Nomad 1.
Alright, so this Nomad 1, very recently created map. It was recently custom made for 3WC Nomad 1. And we were at definitely a lack of good options for this slot and star rating. So, just that A, why not?
Yeah. Yeah, when it comes to just like aim maps for really high SR Touhou, they don't really exist.
I mean, they do, but it's far and few in between. So, yeah, we went with this this map. So it's a map by Kirigiri, who is known for the, he just does a lot of aim maps, and it's very pure aim. So even though it's 220 BPM, no one should have any issues tapping this. Bursts at most 5 notes long, and then they're also not spaced. So what you get with this map is just aim and more aim, and although the angles might look pretty comfortable, the way Kirigiri maps stuff, it ends up being like not comfortable. So basically you're just in for a whole load of pain if you're not a dedicated aim player or a low BPM aim player.
But yeah, I mean, otherwise, nothing too crazy about this map. Besides, yeah, very large spacing.
And it's large spacing for the entire map too.
Yeah.
So, you do not get a combo unless you earn it. So it's not quite reaching like Grand Senpai level spacing, but it's getting there. And yeah, usually Nomad 1 is like one of the slots that you kind of expect. Every team will have someone who can play it, but this is very aim capped. So, I mean, that just tends to happen when you have a 7.7 star pool. Actually, this gets nerfed by rework. It used to be like almost closer to 8 stars. So,
yeah,
hard map, that's what I'm saying. May the better aim player win, and the better aim player will almost definitely win with this one. Honestly, I think some of the rhythms are interpreted a little bit weirdly in this map, but it mostly does what it needs to do, so yeah. It is her. One last big jump part. Actually, I think there's some more after this, so that's not entirely true. But Right.
Difficult throughout.
So next up, we have a pretty well-known song in terms of stream maps of Embraced by the Flame, but this diff hasn't really been used all that often in tournaments or even people playing it in solo, so we thought, hey, why not?
Yeah.
So yeah, knocking up the BPM by quite a lot from our previous 200 BPM Noma 2s. This one will now be 215. Which is, at this level, it's kind of expected that if you're a stream player, you can do like 215 or maybe even like 220.
Yeah.
Yeah, very pure stream test, pretty much. I mean, there's a few jumps here and there, but they're not that hard.
Yeah. It's another BMD map, so the patterns they're pretty generic.
Generic, comfortable to play, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, even though the BPM is a bit higher, I mean, it's not really lacking too much in spacing either. That especially happens towards the end. But yeah, you have a component of flowing, you have a component of stamina. Pretty typical of high-level Noma 2s nowadays.
Yeah. Then we got a few jumps here. Putting jumps in my stream map. SMH.
No way. No way. Yeah, solo here. Gets a bit more space. Yep. But the real highlights at the very last key eye of this map, though, where the both the length of the streams and the spacing increases. So very well could see some like FCs up until the end that find some sort of collapse.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of biased, but to me it's probably going to be one of the higher scoring maps. Does tend to be the case with maps that are very pure mechanics oriented. It's like if you can play it, then you'll be relatively consistent. Yeah. Top tip of this gets pulled a lot actually in very high caliber tournaments, but this is the second diff and doesn't get seen too much, even though it's perfectly fine as Noma 2. So here it is.
Yep.
Okay, so next we have a Noma 3, another recently created custom. This one's a little bit unhinged.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Yeah, if the last one was one of the harder maps, in my opinion, this is definitely one of the harder ones. Because you have it's very snap-bolt based, but the spacing on the patterns is kind of unhinged.
Yeah.
So it's like you're basically dealing with above 300 BPM, like, jumps. And that can get to be a bit much, but despite being so hard, I think it's a very enjoyable map to play. In part because it's very, very consistent.
Yeah. Hedron's been making a lot of like customs for a lot of big tourneys recently. This was made for Wonderland Company. You can kind of see Hedron's mapping style, typically known for mapping a lot of like awkward aim and hidden one sort of maps, and you can kind of see that those kind of patterns. That I guess you can typically find like a hidden one also littered throughout this map.
Yeah, I mean, you have, of course, some flow aim, but I would say the hardest parts are the snap aim parts. I don't know how people did on this in Wonderland Cup, so I guess I can't comment too much. But yeah, some of these titles get crazy. A very similar song to like the qualifiers alt map, but I think people will probably like this one more because you know, there's no speed check in this at all. Yeah, I mean, when you get difficulties this high, we start becoming pretty reliant on other tourney customs. And like, ideally you don't really want to, but it's kind of what can you do situation. Because ultimately, if the maps are good, then, you know, why not? Especially if there are no other options.
Yeah. Yeah, this ending, these ending patterns go a little bit crazy.
Yeah. I mean, I guess you're seeing a lot from me here, but pretty easy to chain miss. Because if you over-aim, then you will be subjected to no lock hell. Yeah, map doesn't really let up for basically the whole duration. So if you get a good score on this, then that's pretty crazy. And next we're going to be moving on to the tech map, which, as compared to like last rounds, this feels a lot more like a, I guess, genuine tech map. So you have a lot more, slightly less mechanical focus, and a lot more slider BS, let's say. I mean, I guess you do have this bit of a stream part here, but it's nowhere near like what you had in the last Nomad 4, and a lot more of uncomfortable slider aim. Yeah, kind of alternates between more streamy parts and more aimy parts like this.
Yep. Very short Nomad 4 as well. Just about 2 minutes in playing.
Yep.
So not really a lot of room for error, and yeah, this is going to be one of those maps where, you know, scores can shift between sides very quickly.
Yeah, for sure.
With the timing of breaks. There's a lot of chain miss potential too as well.
Alright, so next we have Nomad 5. Nomad 5, pretty well-known map, I'd say. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we have Time Freeze, which, I don't know, I don't even need to say anything, really.
I don't think, yeah, really don't need to say anything. Everybody who's still in the tournament's played OC long enough to know what this map is.
Yeah, so, I mean, if I have to explicitly describe what this has, it's mostly 240 BPM stamina. As a speed player, I will mull that this is also a name map. That's not actually true, by the way. Well, I mean, the jumps are like, they're not big at all. so they should be easy. But I don't know, for me it's like the sort of old mapping angles kind of gets me off guard, but don't think if the players playing will have too much of a problem with that. Yeah, it's just stamina, more stamina. You need a little bit of low aim element as well, especially at the end. Yeah, it's kind of crazy though. Like, if you told someone from when this map got actually ranked, if you told someone from back then that this would be like a map that gets pooled in tournament and then no one bats an eye,
yeah,
they would not believe you probably.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to think. I remember it got pulled and closed this year.
Yeah, it did. In a star rating that was a lot higher than where we pulled it, but the rationale for putting it here is that like it's low-key a farm map if you're good at speed. So, I mean, not entirely unreasonable to pull it with some lower star rating maps. Maybe.
Yeah. And there's actually like a good, very high caliber of speed players still left in the tournament that I think come Grand can be pushed a bit further than Time 3 Snowmod 5.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we have some exciting stuff for Grands.
Yeah. The ending goes a bit nuclear on this.
Yeah, the end is honestly I think the map is probably around like 7, that's like mid 7-star until the ending. But the ending goes nuclear. Because you're mixing like higher spacing full aim with also some slider jumps and the longest stream right there. Yeah, I mean, I don't think it got played. Well, actually, I don't know that. I don't think it got played in close though, or I didn't see it. So here's your second chance, I guess. In match time freeze FC. That'd be something to put on your resume.
Yeah. All right. Here's No Mod 6. Tsukidoke Lunadile. This is
so
reading.
Yeah, reading. And for people who don't like the typical, the most normal thing you'll see in Hidden 2 is like it's just a jump map, but low AR. This is not that at all. It's like you actually need to be able to, if not be able to read the patterns, have played it in practice enough to know them.
Yeah.
So yeah, reading hell, let's go. But honestly, it's not actually that bad to read, but can be a little bit, it will probably feel a little bit RNG when you mix the reading with also some pretty spaced like alt low aim.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think if you're competent at this skill set, this should be one of the, I guess more doable maps to like FC. But yeah, you can see some of these bursts just like go back on themselves, so this is definitely something you should feel pretty good about picking if your team is so solid on reading. Although, maybe not so much because the map is so short. It's like TV size pretty much. But I thought it was pretty cool, so had to include it.
Yeah. AR7, so not like the most, I say that, I'm just gonna move
Yeah,
on.
you just gotta have that bit of extra reading capability with 7 as opposed to 8 on the AR.
Yeah. Alright, well, welcome back to Wonderland Cup!
Yeah. We're a little bit shameless with it. So yeah, this map also a recent custom for Wonderland Cup. Thanks Taikani, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, Taikani's also on staff for this, so I don't feel bad about it. Yeah. As opposed to the other, I guess, Wonderland Cup map, I think this one's a lot more doable.
Yeah.
Because it's a very pattern aim based, but I enjoy playing it because the way Hydron mapped it, it's like the patterns look super nasty. When you actually play them, it's like, huh, I guess my cursor just wants to do that. So
Yeah. It's also a relatively short hidden one.
yeah. Also not particularly low AR, very normal AR. So the difficulty on hidden comes from the density that's a result of the BPM. 240 BPM, so on the faster side for sure.
Yeah. 240 BPM, lots of like microwave adjustments as well, with, you know, some note placements. So also kind of have to be wary of that aspect of density with lots of, you can see a lot of like microwave adjustments.
There's just like, even though the AR is not that low, there's just a lot of stuff going on your screen, so can you handle it or not? Yeah, if you like this kind of aim, not gonna lie, there's a lot of it in this pool. But we'll get to that shortly. Okay, so next we have a rather funny song choice, and a pretty well-known shorty map. I had this.
Yep.
This has been also pulled no shortage of times. So yeah, we will subject you to it again. You need to have a bit of a sense of humor with it, and then it's kind of funny. But yeah, with Nomad 6 being like a very just like pure reading check, or not really, but much more involved with reading. This one is a mostly normal map. Just happens to be Air 8.
Yeah. A bit.
But yeah, I mean, it's not just aim, because you also have these triples that are pretty tricky. Especially the ones that are like curved and spaced out more.
Yeah. It's a bit, there is still that reading element with the perfect overlaps, but they don't go back on themselves like nearly as much compared to Nomad 6. Also, a little bit of rhythm involved with some.
Yeah, with the 1/3. I don't know. Way I think about this map, it's basically try not to over aim challenge. Yeah, I think the way it's mapped is pretty logical in terms of the like overlaps and the stacks. Like, I think if you're like a really solid reading player, I don't even think you really need to practice this. And in fact, the people who will be playing this have probably played it already anyways, so that would be another reason. Yeah, unfortunately with us pulling this, we cannot pull the top diff, which is just unhinged, and that would be pretty funny, but we're not gonna do that.
No.
I mean, like Bachiman is playing in the tournament too, can play his own gimmick map. Although I guess I don't really know personally how much advantage you having map that gives you. I mean, it probably doesn't, but
I guess when it comes to that, it's like you kind of know where where the interesting patterns are, but it doesn't necessarily. It wouldn't necessarily. I mean,
Yeah.
I guess in some cases, yes, you can get like a player advantage, but that's not always the case.
yeah, I mean, on this diff is mapped by Toybot. Shout out to Toybot because he was actually also playing in the tournament. Sadly, is no longer, has since been eliminated, but yep, and then that'll be the map winding down right here. Okay, so next map is probably the hardest map in Hidden Pool, I'd say. Yeah, so what you get with this is it's it's basically cut stream hell.
Yeah.
Most people will be familiar with the rank set of this, the Free Songs Rolling Hell. This one has less funny snapping patterns, but it has way more cut streams and like low emphasis that when you add hidden, it just becomes like a nightmare.
Yeah.
And also it does have like a tiny bit of speed, but it's like less speed than last round at least.
Yeah.
There's just
only...
at the end of each of these sections there's a 1/6 burst.
Yeah. 240 BPM, nothing compared to Kamuri last week. Kamuri I think ended up having like a lot of 255, I want to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's just those every so often, but then mostly what you're getting is low control aim. Also CS5, which makes it, adds a bit of extra precision element to it.
Yep.
But yeah, nah, this map absolutely meant for the specialist.
It's also OD 8.5, so you really do need to like be careful with some of these patterns, because you could easily just
if you start messing up, then prepare to not hit another note for like the next 5 seconds. Should have had the mapper change that. SMH. Why didn't he change that? He's literally bro, the host of the tournament. Whatever.
Yeah. Honestly, I like low-key forgot this existed. I was just kind of going through maps and I was like, oh hey, I remember mapping this at some point. Could definitely do a few edits. But I think this got pulled in like a few overranked tourneys back in like 2021 or so.
Okay, this part. Oh my god, this part. It's so hard.
Here you're not, at least the main difference between like free songs and this one is it's a lot of like low cut 1-2 streams rather than just like the snap cut doubles.
Yeah, because in the free song one, it like the doubles are like spaced out in a way where you have to snap them, and then this one you kind of don't, but you're kind of just in like low limbo for the entire map. And this one's tedious. If anyone sees this, I don't know. Hey, do I promise support or not? I mean, probably anyone who hasn't seen it probably already has like 10 years of supporter, so. But yeah. Alright. So next, we'll get into Hard Rock 1. which is surprisingly, for this star rating, surprisingly it's below 200 BPM, which is kind of rare for AIM maps at this difficulty.
Yeah.
But yeah, how it accomplishes that is that it's like, the spacing is high to say the least.
Yeah. Got some spacing, and also, it does have a little bit of a streamy element
Yeah,
to it.
but it's like a flow aim thing. Like the streams aren't long, but they're like pretty spaced out. So you need someone with, of course, really good jump aim, but then also good on flow.
Yeah.
Yeah, during the guys, the spacing goes a little bit ham. But yeah, for me, definitely feels like a more quality map than like the last Hard Arc one. That was just like jump spam for the entire thing. This is at least like a reasonable representation of the song. I guess the really like limit testy aim is on Nomad 1 anyways, so this is a bit of a more like a normal map that you could maybe see ranked.
Yeah, I could see breaks kind of happening, like, you know, yeah, the jumps are definitely spaced, but, you know, you kind of just miss-aim the start of a stream, and, you know, you kind of miss the stream.
Yeah. Well, I mean, of course, it's like harder when the first note of the stream is like starts with a jump that's like cross corner. Okay, not literally cross corner. You get the point.
Yeah.
Yeah. This map is pretty consistently hard, but the towards the second half is definitely the feature of the difficulty. Because both the jump spacing and the stream spacing will get higher. Yeah, I mean, it's just a general theme when you have really hard pool. It becomes, every slot becomes kind of pain unless you're a specialist on it, and I don't think this is any exception. You're gonna need to get your Karchers or Rectigons playing this, pretty much.
Yep. And then, yeah.
Oh my god!
Jumps
Oh my god, those jumps!
Yeah, the ending jumps are very brutal. If you're holding NFC up to this point, this is probably going to break you.
But yeah, thanks Chip for the replay. The hard rock aim specialist himself.
Yep. Alright.
Okay, so next, for Hard Rock 2, we're gonna have, you know, there was a higher BPM stream map on Nomad 2, and to kind of compensate, then on Hard Rock 2, we're gonna have a stream map, but it's 183 BPM. So,
Yep.
just about anyone still left in the tournament can stream that BPM, so it's gonna really come down to mostly flow aim. Also map by Rectigon, so also a still player left in the tournament, obviously.
Yep. Yeah. CS 6.5, like, stream aim is not something you typically see tested in this slot.
Yeah.
So I am...
And yeah, I was just about to say, it's not just flow, because you have those like little stops, and then like kind of space doubles. So I wouldn't say it's like purely flow aim. You kind of also need some aim control.
Yeah. A little bit of a 1-6 there.
I will never understand it. I looked at the editor and everything, but it's pretty weird. Yeah, there's also a slow outro after this that I swear to God it's not possible to hold act on that like consistently because it's like very slow, and then dealing with IOD and CS, I just can't.
Yeah, map kind of becomes an alt map at the end.
Yeah, getting some variety in there.
Alright. Hard Rock 3.
Oh, we should do a replay. I thought we didn't.
We got it.
Let's go.
Thanks to Sorry for this replay. Yeah, this map is hard.
So, we have avoided the half slash so far, but finally he is back. With, I don't know if I should call this an alt map. I mean, kind of.
It definitely has a lot of like alt-E patterns.
Yeah. But it's a bit higher BPM than what you typically call an alt map. 172.
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of rhythm changes. But unlike typical reading or typical rhythm map, I don't think there's not much speed in this, if I remember correctly.
There's like
because it's mostly between the 1/4 and the 1/3.
Yeah. There's a few like 1/6, but not like frequent.
Yeah. But anyway, so yeah, a lot of rhythm changes, but it's also I find very challenging to read. Kind of typical thing with half slash maps, but then especially with the AR-10 makes it harder for me. But I'm sure the players might have, you know, different preferences. It's like you have like bursts, but then it stops for like a double sometimes in a kind of like unpredictable fashion. Oh, that part's all. That's for sure. Yeah, Hard Rock Pool definitely has a whole lot of like low aim. Like every Hard Rock is like aim control to some extent. So if you excel on that, then your team should be looking pretty good. Yeah, don't think this has any Hard Rock only FC, so pretty tough map.
Yeah.
I think Xarg has a hidden Hard Rock. That plays
that
kind of goated.
Yeah. It's probably easier for some players
Yeah, because of a lot of stacks and like overlaps. That kind of thing tends to be like hidden players like a lot more within it. Yeah, I mean, you get more of the same here. Not too much to add. Kind of long map though, almost 4 minutes.
Yeah. And then closed off another 1/3 alt section.
Yep. Okay, so now we're gonna have DT1, kind of a classic map. Yeah, and thank you, Window Life, for the replay. Actually, I didn't know he FC'd it. Alright, well, I shouldn't be too surprised, I guess.
It's not an FC.
Wait, it's not?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, it's S rank at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Last minute adjustment to this DT1. Very long intro opening section.
Yep.
About 257 BPM, air 10.3. Not delving into the 10.5 world. I don't think.
I'm not sure. I don't remember what Grand is, but yeah, not quite yet. But
Yeah.
I mean, I think this map is still plenty hard. It's like it's almost 8 stars, so. Which I guess is not even that high for this pool, but yeah, there is the very long intro here. It's not as important as you might think, because it doesn't have a lot of combo density. So it's not like you build up a whole lot of combo from that, but it does build some anticipation. But yeah, this map builds up a lot, I'd say. Because it does take, I mean, this part's like pretty difficult already, but it really ramps up in the KIs that happen a lot later in the... So I think for the caliber of players still in the tournament, probably should not be too much of an issue for the first, just about until now. Yeah. And I definitely say this is like a... It is DT aim, but I feel better about calling it like a DT fundamentals test. You have a very healthy amount of bursts going into it,
Yeah.
especially in the solo, which is coming up a bit later.
Yeah, it's also a very long map after double time. It's like 4.5 minutes after DT.
Yeah. Also, of course, the song's good because of spell. So.
Yeah.
Man, still sad there's no Lies in Reality tiebreaker, but it happened. Yeah, here we get into the solo part that brings in a lot more bursts. So, yep, and then it gets back into some jumps. So definitely you don't want someone who's just like pure aim player. Wow, actually Window Life messed up too. Rip, he says. Yeah. I mean, this guy was like the carry of his team while he's still in the tourney, so only fitting he gets some more screen time.
Yeah.
And that is just about wrapping up with the song here. Long spinner. Maybe we'll have a spin to win or something.
Could be
Window Life would not have won the spin to win. But yeah, next we have DT2. Yeah, this woohoo! Every speed player in, just every speed player in the game has played this map now, I think. So yeah, a lot of stamina. Actually, okay, the streams are not as long as Everything Will Freeze, but it has a lot more finger control. Also, this map is longer despite being in DT. Yeah, what this map tends to do is that, like, between the longer streams, there's some, like, filler time where you can recover. So it's not exactly the worst on your stamina. Yeah. I definitely think the thing that drains me personally more is the finger control. Yeah, we do a little farming and match if UFC this. It's like 800 or something. I think Emmerich did in Course Ace Closed, so maybe he could become the second. Or not Course Ace Closed, Course Ace Open. Yeah. The rhythms?
This is where the control really kind of picks up.
And the part after this break, I'm just gonna whine for a second. I'm mind blocked as fuck on. So like, yeah, this has some slider jumps, and the rhythms are a bit weird. Yeah, there's like a finger control part here, and then also at the ends of the map, like the rhythms are mapped basically the same, but then the spacing gets a little bit higher, so it makes it a bit more risky. Yeah, I mean, with how long the map is, you have, I guess, a lot of consistency on the skill set being tested.
This DT pull out is actually pretty long, so...
Yeah. So hopefully you're ready for that. Alright, so next, the contrasting speed DT. It's gonna be, I'm not gonna read the whole title.
It's Border of Life.
But, yeah, Border of Life. So yeah, this one with, it's following the tradition. It's pretty similar to the last few DT3s, where it's like, just raw, high BPM, and then the bursts are not actually that long. I think the longest bursts in this are actually 9 notes, so just like the last few DT3s. The difference here is that the BPM is near 280 now, so... So yeah, I mean, stamina players be gone. This is for the real speed players out there. also a 10.3 map, and I would say that the 10.3 actually kind of matters more on this map compared to DT1. Because I mean, I guess both maps are patterned pretty straightforwardly, but there's a few things that are a bit hard to read on this map that like overlap themselves. Yeah, I think we're just about getting into the solo part, where the speed strain is gonna... I mean, it's pretty constant throughout the map, but definitely gets amped up a notch around here. Yep, and there's a break just about soon, in case you're, I guess not quite yet, but there is a bit of a break to recover your tapping if you're very tired at that point, which is likely.
Yeah, a little place to kind of try to regain some, just do quick recovery.
Yep.
There's still 700 combo left in this map.
I was playing it in solo, I would just go pause and get a drink or something. Yeah, I mean, the way I just describe in general is this is just a very taxing map. That's what I'd say. But no problem for Window Live, so
No.
baller FC from them.
Yeah. Alright.
Alright, so next for DT4.
We're gonna take a break from speed.
Yeah, no more speed. Get that nonsense out of here. And instead, we're gonna have aim control. Yay.
Yeah. This map is probably, now that I think about it, probably a little bit easier than last
yeah, I definitely agree.
Probably could have gotten it last week, could have swapped the two DT4s, but...
It's like around, for me it's around the same as last week's in terms of difficulty. But, yeah, I mean, it's a pretty different map compared to last week's though.
Yeah. Because
this is a lot more techy, I guess? It has a lot more sliders, at least. And the patterns are a bit weirder to read.
Yeah.
Despite not being particularly high AR. And also there's some funny patterns that you need to be aware of. Yeah, the rhythm choices are just a bit weird. Yeah, for the most part, it's mostly aim control. But then I don't think we're gonna get to it in a while, but there is this one particular pattern that I think you're probably gonna want to practice.
Yeah. Probably not the best map, because there is, like, a good amount of, like, free combat.
Yeah, there's some filler here. There's a bit of filler at the end as well. Yeah, I mean, I can already see people saying it's like an RNG map or something, which I won't argue with too much, I guess.
Yeah.
This pattern.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This section.
I went and played it in a practice just to make sure it was like hittable, and it is, but you have to like be super ready for it. Yeah, rest of the map for the most part is pretty free. So mostly comes down to if you hit the two like key eye parts.
Yeah. And then just a pretty long, like slow end.
Yeah.
If they're
is this 3 minutes? Is this 3 minutes after DT? I couldn't really tell when I played it.
I think it's after DT, yeah.
Okay, yeah, this DT pool is hella long. Actually, it wasn't, but we did a kind of last minute replacements, so it just ended up happening to be that way. Alright, so now we're gonna get into Free Mod 1 in pretty well-known OWC custom, because this is probably now better known as the map that the first map Vaxay played in his big comeback. Yeah, pretty enjoyable map, I think. So here we have it in Free Mod. Yep. Kind of similar concept to feels pretty similar to the hidden one. It is the same BPM. It's patterned in a kind of similar way, where it's like angles that look like they could be pretty like nasty to aim, but they end up playing super well. But of course, this one someone needs to be able to play a hard rock as well, which adds that little bit extra aim difficulty.
Yeah.
Also more felt. We are filling our quota.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know. Everything about this, the mapping, the song, everything, it's just chill. It's chill now.
Yeah.
Definitely chill in the sense there's I don't know if I already talked about like how much tapping requirement this has, which it basically doesn't have a tapping requirement. It's just like triples here and there, but I guess you need to be able to alt the BPM like efficiently, at least.
Or you could single tap the entire thing.
Yeah. I mean, single tap stamina, alt stamina, I mean, like, same deal. It's not really stamina. It's just having proper technique. Yeah, super, I'd say it's definitely a Hidden favorite map, because Hidden doesn't actually change too much about it, with the AR not being really low at all.
Yeah, 9.6. So
yeah, 9.6 is pretty normal.
Very comfortable for a trade for a map like this.
Yeah, hard rock will be pretty challenging. I'll be very impressed if we see like good hard rock scores.
Yeah. I think it's definitely possible.
Yeah, I mean, we have like basically the best players in the game still playing. So
Yeah.
if anyone could do it, it's them. Yep.
All right. To go on a complete 180 from Fremod 1.
We just went from like the most comfortable playing map in the game to like the least.
Yeah.
This map is something. Oh my god.
Yeah. So if you thought Fremod 1 was very hit and favored, yeah, Fremod 2 exists for the players.
Yeah. This is like, in my opinion, it's like so bad on hidden that I think you like shouldn't pick this unless you have someone who can play it. This is a 100% easy map.
Yeah, I could this is, yeah, I can see easy being played on this.
Like, I don't think it's an option. It's just mandatory. You have the easy player and then the hard rock.
There might be somebody who still goes hidden on this, but I mean, tall order, CS 5.5.
I feel like in my opinion, I think anyone who could play it well hidden would be able to play it well more easily with hidden, with easy. But
yeah,
I'm not that good, so maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. But yeah, I mean, it's a pick your poison, as Fremod 2 usually is, but especially this map, because if you go hard rock, it's CS 7, jank, low aim,
7.1.
and then if you go hidden, it's reading hell. And I mean, if you go easy, it's also reading hell, but it's reading hell that's not also
precise.
Like, precise, yeah. Yeah, what I heard is when it was in, I think it was Course Ace, like,
Yeah.
just like everyone played easy or something.
Yeah.
Didn't see it for myself, but I absolutely believe it.
Was easy allowed in Open 21?
I have no idea.
Probably not.
But it's been cool with other places too, and easy has been pretty common.
Yeah.
Alright, so finally, we have our tiebreaker.
Yeah, we're really filling the felt quota this week, guys.
Oh my god, there's like 5 felt laps. But yeah, very mechanical in nature tiebreaker, like more so than last week. Because it's a lot higher BPM. And I would say it's around 3/4 aim and like 1/4 speed. But then, I mean, as you know, when that is the case, that probably means you have to have his speed players play it, because otherwise you'll just have someone who will lose like all act on the streams.
Yeah.
Yeah. In terms of like what most of the map consists of, it is mostly aim, and it's a pretty comfortable aim at that. But I mean, I guess you saw a bit of an intro. The rhythms are not the most straightforward, so you do have that to contend with, but
Yeah.
this is not something that requires like a specific skill set. yeah, there is some build-up time into the Kiais where it's probably the most manageable part to get a big combo.
Yeah.
But I will say, I think if the players have like really good mechanics, then this is honestly, I don't want to say FCable, but maybe FCable. It's a lot more straightforward than, I guess, like sort of like tech tiebreakers that are pretty common nowadays in late round tournaments.
Yeah, you can see like the speed that you need.
Well, I mean, the speed is pretty mild until there's a one specific stream part where it's like if you can't play speed, then you're gonna get like 40 misses. Like 1-2 part pops up a few times. I'd say it's probably the hardest parts of the map. So I would think like 3 times, and that was the second one.
Yeah.
But
Coming into the solo section.
yep. We have some fast guitar, you know what that means. I have some fast circles as well.
Okay, that's streaming. Okay.
Yeah, that was the one stream I was talking about. I mean, I didn't say it's not that long, but it's pretty long.
It's a bit compared to what
it's like
what's been in the rest. Considering like what's been what we've seen so far, in terms of like
compared to like previous tiebreakers, absolutely this is like huge on tapping. Has a bit of 1/3 here, but like the less prioritized elements on this is definitely there's not as much flow aim, and there's not really anything technical. So yeah, this is a very good pool if you're good at like mid BPM aim. There's a lot of mid BPM aim. Yep, and that'll be the map just about coming to a close. Hope we actually get to see a tiebreaker, but I mean, with later rounds, you have less matches for that to actually happen, but
yeah,
one can hope.
one can hope.
Yeah, so good luck to the players, and hopefully you enjoy playing the pool. Mappool feedback is open. We do read it. No one has said anything there for a while. I don't know if that's a good thing or not.
I'm like sitting here like just like eyeing it to see if anything's happening. So if you have feedback, please let us know.
Yeah, because I mean, there's still one pool left that we can, we might adjust depending on what people say.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
someone.
but yeah.
Okay. Okay.
In terms
But
of
yeah, that'll be
yeah,
all.
in terms of housekeeping, everything will be on the sheet within like the next 15 minutes. Stats tomorrow probably. I'm a bit behind on uploading VODs, so I'll get get some more time this week to actually get all the VODs uploaded to YouTube as well. Um, I think I forgot to highlight some of the VODs from round of 16 on Twitch, but those should have been uploaded to YouTube from the VODs that I do have. Yada da, all that should be on there. And yeah, I think that's everything. But best of 13. So other than that, I think that's everything that I can think of at the moment. So yeah, I guess yeah. Thanks for watching. Good luck to the players. And yeah, take care, everybody.
Yep.